All right. Destiny 2 Red War copyright lawsuit ends as Bungie reaches full settlement with author. This is posted here from Zuhad. Bungie has fully settled the Destiny 2 Red War copyright lawsuit with writer Matthew Martineau, ending a year-long legal fight. The copyright lawsuit against Bungie over Destiny 2's Red War campaign has finally come to an end. The case was first filed in October 2024 by sci-fi writer Matthew Martineau, who claimed Bungie copied major parts of his 2013-2014 online stories. He argued that Destiny 2's Red Legion faction, the Red War plot, and several story elements were taken from his work. Once the case survived Bungie's attempt to get it dismissed, it moved into a long discovery process that pulled old campaigns, lore, and even YouTube videos into the discussion. As the case went on, Martineau kept expanding his claims. He first added the Curse of Osiris expansion, saying it also overlapped with his original writing. Then earlier this month, his legal team tried to add the Destiny Grimoire anthology books, saying they recently discovered them and believed they shared even more story beats with his ideas. That addition came on top of the narrative claims already targeting the Red Legion story themes and world-building elements inside Destiny 2. Yeah, dude, it wasn't just Red Legion. He claimed the Red Legion, War Beasts, Curse of Osiris, a number of things in the anthology books that were essentially taken from his stories. And again, you can buy his book. It's like 99 cents or something. I have not purchased it. I thought about purchasing it just so that we could see like what are the similarities here. Now it appears the entire fight is over. A new filing shows that the lawsuit has been settled in full. All claims are done, and the case will not go to trial. Destiny 2 Red War lawsuit update. Bungie and Martineau settle all claims according to the new court filing. According to a minute entry obtained by the Game Post, a settlement conference was held on November the 12th, 2025, in front of Magistrate Judge North. It says the talks were successful and that they resulted in the settlement of all claims. So right here, a settlement conference was conducted on this date before the undersigned magistrates judge. The filing reads, negotiations were successful and resulted in the settlement of all claims. The court thanks counsel and the parties for their efforts in bringing this matter to an amicable resolution. How much do you think he got paid? Chad, let's talk numbers here. How much do you think this settlement was? North of $1 million? Dude, this guy, I don't know. I don't know what the settlement is, but he may have made absolute bank without selling a single fucking book. You know what I mean? Why string it along this long just to settle? Because the whole goal was to get money. That was the whole goal. And look. Let me be honest with you. Most attorneys want you to settle. They want to get in there and get out. So if the number was right, you can bet your ass. This is how the attorneys go. They go, well, we could push it, but it's a good chance. You know, we could lose and not get anything. This may be the best we can get out of this situation. You know what I mean? I know like some people but attorneys want to stretch out legal fees. No, I'm telling you, especially if this was like a payout situation for the attorneys, they probably wanted to just settle, especially if they thought that there wasn't a lot of weight to the claim to begin with. I mean, if anything, I felt like they were just taking a shotgun approach where they were just like, everything was stolen. And that probably made Bungie go, fuck, we're going to have to go through every little thing we got. Our anthology books. We're going to have to dig out the Red War campaign, which, by the way, is not even playable. Hell, Bife's videos were being brought up. But I would assume this guy probably got paid in the millions. Who knows? Now, update November 14th at 3:28 p.m. Pacific. A new court filing obtained by the Game Post has now made the settlement official. Judge Susie Morgan has issued an order confirming that all parties have firmly agreed upon a compromise. In this case, the court has dismissed the lawsuit in its entirety without costs. The judge also gave a 60-day window for either side to reopen the case if the settlement falls apart for any reason. The order states that the court is keeping jurisdiction during the 60-day period so it can enforce the settlement if needed. The court, having been advised that all parties have firmly agreed upon a compromise in this matter, it is ordered that this action be and is hereby dismissed as to all parties without cause and without prejudice to the right upon good cause shown within 60 days to reopen the action if the settlement is not consummated. The order reads, in addition, the court specifically retains jurisdiction to enforce the settlement agreement if settlement is not consummated within 60 days. At this time, there is no information on the settlement terms. We do not know the amounts, whether any non-monetary conditions were included, or how the final agreement treats the Red War, Curse of Osiris, or the Grimoire Anthology. If more documents appear in the case file, we will update the section accordingly. This is not the only legal issue Bungie has been facing. A separate lawsuit involving former Destiny 2 game director Christopher Barrett is still active. Barrett sued Bungie and Sony, seeking $200 million and accusing Bungie of wrongful termination to avoid paying around $50 million. Jesus, it's up to $200 million? See, like this right here, man, I don't know how this is going to hold weight. He got terminated for sexual misconduct, and there was supposedly a lot of women that came forward with text messages showing that with him being a higher up in leadership, was making sexual advances towards these individuals. Now, Barrett was reportedly fired from Bungie after at least 8 female employees came forward and reported that Barrett had made them feel uncomfortable and behaved inappropriately towards them. What do you think of the settlement? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I don't know, boys. I don't know. In my eyes, if it's a complete shut-in bullshit lie, and there ain't no way this guy or Bungie or writers at Bungie had ever stolen elements of this guy's story, then there would be no reason to settle. It could be a situation where the bad publicity around it was just too much, and with like Marathon right around the corner and the art plagiarism that took place, it could be a situation where Sony said, just fucking pay. You know what I mean? I have to read the book, and I've been saying I was going to read the book, and we're going to read the book. It's not exactly expensive, and I don't even think the book was even popular. For a while there, we didn't even know where you can even find the book. Look, again, it could just be a situation where Sony's just saying it's too much bad publicity. You just had the art scandal this past summer, and Bungie openly came out on that one and said that yes, this slipped through the cracks. You remember the apology from Joe Cross there. So it could just been that the publicity for it was too bad, and they just needed to get away from it. You know what I mean? But judge said no to dismiss the trial because Bungie was using Bife as proof. Yeah, part of me wonders too, like, had the Red War campaign existed in some playable form right now, would the lawsuit have gone through? Because Bungie even said themselves that they essentially could not access this content. It's a weird situation. This is an all-around weird situation. It's not as if the game, the thing that's being shown as plagiarized is even in existence in the game. You know what I mean? But we'll read the book. That's all I can say, guys. We shall read the book. We will have story time on here, and I will be able to look you in the eye and go, that guy was full of shit, or this shit was stolen. This shit's a carbon copy. It's a 1-to-1.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.